Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. Anne Lamott. I've worked hard enough to understand the truth in these words, but here I am preparing for my first real break in 6 years, a vacation that I did not plan a single detail of myself. How did I get so lucky? Well, my older sister Nicole takes her vacations very seriously. Unlike me, she takes a vacation every year, and so she took the reins completely on our second ever mystery adventure trip. In our unique cast of adventure companions for this trip, we have 6 personalities, each one brimming with kindness and quirks. First is my sister, Nicole. She is definitely the older sister, type A, an artist, and an incredible horseman. Then there's my best friend Randy and her brother, Warren Clayton. They are buckaroos by trade, cowboy poets, butchers. They live the lifestyle I could only dream and wish I was tough enough to live. Then there's Marcia. She rides 3-day eventing horses and an off-the-track racehorse. She is a tech girly who also has an agronomy major. And then there's my former rodeo queen Sash sister from Wisconsin, none other than Beth. Beth is also an artist, but in a different form than Nicole. She's a photographer. Well, she can also draw and paint too. I think if you're an artist, you can literally do it all. Every single person has a different walk of life that they come from, but each of us are ready to dive headfirst into whatever mystery adventure that Nicole has planned for us. Nicole alone holds the key to this journey, and in her true style, she is holding that knowledge close and with utmost secrecy. Whatever happens, I know I'm in good hands. It's time to embrace the unknown, unplug, and let this adventure take us wherever it's meant to go. This all started in 2018, when we were all too busy with life to tell my sister Nicole about what we wanted to do on our trip to the United Kingdom. So then, with just a few months left before we take our flights over the big ocean, we asked her what was going on, and maybe a little bit petty, she wouldn't tell us because we were no help the entire time leading up to it. She had to have felt some sort of terrific power over the rest of us, but I think as an older sister, she absolutely loved it. And the rest of us, well, we had the experience of a lifetime. Unfortunately for Nicole, though, it's now the general expectation of how all of our trips should happen. So we've anxiously been awaiting for over a year for Tuesday, November 12th, 2024, to get here, to find out where exactly here was going to be. There was no fancy You've Got Mail to spur my excitement like Kathleen Kelly or Joe Fox in a New York fall morning, but this Pacific Northwest fall morning was a little bit different because I had a custom envelope and it had the exact clue card I had anxiously been awaiting for.
To say that we're excited that this letter is here is about as accurate as one can be. So this is the letter. It says, I haven't been everywhere, but it's on my list. This is my amazing sister who is an artist. This is what she puts together. You can find her on any social media platform at Boots and Bucket Lists. There's a whole bunch in here. The first one is our packing list. And it says, packing. The time is near, though not quite here. Have no fear, it's time to assemble your gear. The current weather is a high of 62, a low of 34. A 10-day forecast shows 1 day of 35% chance of rain, which is a hallelujah. Even though it's sunny out right now, the Pacific Northwest has been soggy, to say the least. Specific items to pack outside of your preferred wardrobe include a formal outfit and dress shoes. So formal outfit and dress shoes, riding boots, half straps are provided. That must mean we're writing English, so plan accordingly. A warm jacket, driver's license and passport. Are we driving cool cars? I hope so. Comfortable walking shoes, your charger adapter, wire earphones, and your euros. Page 1, travel itinerary. So these are always kept as a secret. She's so sneaky. It tells us nothing. Absolutely nothing. The back of this is about avoiding jet lag. Now, if you need any backstory, last time I almost died because of jet lag. It was the only one who was affected by it, and I didn't look the right way and was stumbling around like a drunk person. So this is technically for me, I think. I've also got a laminated emergency contact list for everybody who is going. And then the last one, it says, the time has arrived to board your flight. Try to contain your excitement with all your might. I will see you all in the world capital of music. First challenge, be the first to snap a photo of your friends from different flights at a non-US airport. There are 2 chances to win. All right, well, I guess it's time we get packing.
It has been 6 years since my last vacation, which was the last mystery adventure vacation that I went on. We did everything an adventure-starved American group of ranch kids could possibly want to do. We rode polo horses in the United Kingdom. We went to a Shakespearean play at the Globe Theatre. We toured castles, both in London and in Scotland. We flew falcons in Wales. We went gill scrambling down a mountain in the middle of a rainstorm, and we had an archery competition in Sherwood Forest outside of Nottingham in Robin Hood County, amongst so many other things. There's one secret weapon, though, that I have personally been sitting on since that adventure.
Adventure cards. Here's the deal. When you are stuck on a trip with your siblings, there is gonna be fights. And so last time when we went on our trip, my sister, she already knew, right? Like she already knew that you have two sets of siblings and that fights were gonna break out. So she created a travel game. The travel game was really fun. It was like a variation of I Spy. And so what we did is she would put onto the dash of the car the different I Spy characters that she felt would be in play at that point in time. Then we would start looking everywhere. The I Spy cards, when found, somebody else in the car had to say that they saw it as well, and then you could get it. So with that being said, what happened with these I Spy cards? Simple, simple, simple. You had all the power. Except for the chance that, maybe it like messed with the itinerary that none of us knew. Nicole could override it if she knew we had to make it somewhere on time. But the I Spy cards could give you a pit stop. They could give you a win in a fight. Basically, you could play it and it was your trump card. So with that being said, only one person played an I Spy card. And that would be Randy. And she used it for Gretna Green in Scotland. And that was one of the best side trips we had in our last trip. But in that conversation, we determined as a group that the I Spy cards were like a gift certificate or a gift card and could never expire. So guess what? I have been sitting on my I Spy cards since 2018, and they're in here. This is my travel journal from last time, and in it is all of my wondrous finds. This ratty wild fell pony Lake District card. I don't think the ponies we saw were wild though. And if we didn't find any of them necessarily, I think Nicole got to keep them. I don't know where my other I Spy cards are. I thought there was more. I thought I had 2. Oh, that's right. I don't have 2. You want to know why? Because I saw the red stag and didn't even realize what it was, because red stags don't look anything like American deer. Saw the red stag, called it, everybody else was asleep, and then promptly 10 minutes later, Warren Clayton goes, "Hey, I see a red stag." I still haven't recovered. To me, red stag is synonymous with FU. You know the problem. So with that being said, I am taking my I Spy card with me. I don't think the others know that I have it. I don't know if the others even remember to bring him, but it will be in my travel journal. Game on, ladies and gentlemen.
One thing I find comfort in, even during the craziest of times, is the ability to write out my tales of flying falcons and gill scrambling and archery and eating haggis and who knows what else can happen on an adventure. It's a hobby I found so much comfort in doing by hand on our last trip, making this journal from Archer and Olive my very first purchase for this trip over a year ago. It's silly how these blank pages, ready to be filled, have kept me motivated to budget, save, and plan ahead. As I zip up my suitcase and check off the last item on my list, I can already feel the shift. This vacation isn't just a chance to escape the daily grind. It's a chance to reconnect with the joy and freedom that so often get buried under deadlines and obligations. It's the chance to reconnect with friends whose companionship is so often dampened by the physical distance between us. It's about having the opportunity to make new memories, new stories to tell people for the next decade of our life. And Lamott's words remind us that sometimes the best thing you can do is unplug. Not just from work, but from the expectations that we place on ourselves. I'm ready to leave the email inbox behind and trade in screen time for sunrises, journal entries, and, knowing my sister, a few off-the-map adventures. Here's the stories waiting to be lived, and maybe, just maybe, a few that will find their way back here in a future blog, a vlog, a journal page, or simply as memories or inspiration that I can carry back into everyday life to help my clients in the marketing world. For now, it's time to let go and see what recharging looks like when I finally give myself permission to pause.